Yo, what's up, everybody? I am doing a very, 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 very quick podcast today. I am the only one today. Scotty, Rob, or special guest couldn't make it today. So it'll be just me answering a lot of questions about the Birds, the Flyers, the Sixers, anything you name it. Sorry about the camera quality. I hope it gets better, but we'll see what happens. Yo, what's up, Sean? How you doing? What's up, Illuminati all over your body? Raider Mike, what's up? So this podcast will last around, 45 minutes. I'm just trying to bang out as much as I can while I'm on here because I haven't been on here in a while. It's been a minute because last weekend I was in Pittsburgh. I saw my Flyers lose to the Penguins in overtime. That kind of sucked, but it was a good experience. People in Pittsburgh are actually pretty nice. We didn't go to the South Side, which probably would have caused problems because I heard from all the people in Pittsburgh, they told me and my friend Rob not to go to the South Side because we probably would have gotten into a fight. But it's whatever, I would have dealt with it. I had a good time in Pittsburgh a lot. Yeah, it was really fun. Okay, let me try to get this chat up. How do I feel? Let me take a first question, actually, because I want to get started. We're going to talk about the Sixers first. I like this first question. How do I feel about Markelle Fultz? I actually really like the guy. I'm not going to lie, because when Joel Embiid went down, I had a little bit of causing concern. But at the same time, I knew we'd see more of Markelle Fultz because you need to put more talent into the lineup on the floor with Ben Simmons at the same time to generate pressure, create scoring opportunities. You got to see Ben Simmons and Markelle Fultz play together at the same time. Without Embiid, yes, it hurts because Embiid's a stud. He's phenomenal. He's great, but it really opens things up. So for the playoffs, maybe we could create mismatches, combinations, you name it. So it might be a blessing in disguise because I know Joel Embiid will come back for the playoffs. I know he's not going to miss the playoffs. He'll probably wear a fucking phenomenal mask, and we'll get things going. I think we could win a couple rounds, honestly. But yeah, Markelle Fultz, to answer your question, I think he's going to be a stud down the road. I really do. For all the Phillies fans out there, I don't know if you guys know this. I'm not a Phillies fan, but I try to follow the team as much as possible. I knew they won yesterday. I knew it was another like a heart attack game. But who is this Scott Kingery guy? Because everyone's hyping him up, but I don't know. I really haven't really looked into it. So, it's I don't know. Someone educate me on that. Where's Philly 500? He's not here today. Philly 500 had to do a lot of things today. He's not going to be an every week guest. Obviously, he has his own thing to do. I love when he comes on the show. But when he comes on the show, it's going to be every once in a while because obviously, I'm going to have different special guests on here. But he's definitely one of my favorite people on YouTube, and he's definitely welcome back anytime he wants to come. Okay. He was a beast in the spring training. Yeah, that's what everyone says, but at the same time, I don't know much about the guy. So, I don't know. All right, so Illuminati all everybody says, I got the Cleveland Cavaliers defeating the Houston Rockets in NBA Finals. Oh, my God. Cleveland, in my honest opinion, and I love LeBron James. You guys know this. In my honest opinion, Cleveland, with the team they have now, they could potentially get knocked out in the first round. This Cleveland Cavaliers team is so tired. LeBron James is so beat up. It's the writing's on the wall. LeBron's not going to be there next year. I think they have the potential to lose to anyone in the Eastern Conference because the 8th seed, I believe, is the Milwaukee Bucks. The Eastern Conference this year is the strongest it's been in probably 15 years. And that's crazy. The talent is just developing in the NBA, and I just can't wait to see what happens. But I don't think the Cleveland Cavaliers are going to go far at all this year. So, no, I don't see them making the finals. And I think the streak for LeBron James gets snapped. But we'll see what happens. Crazier things have happened, big time. Okay. As for the Philadelphia Eagles, I like the Mike Wallace signing. We got Michael Bennett. Here's the thing about Michael Bennett. I don't like Michael Bennett as a person. All right, I just don't like the actions off the field that he causes. I just don't. I think it's a huge distraction, you know. And when it comes to the Philadelphia Eagles last year, we had no distractions. All right, we had that Bradham thing back in what was it, August, but that got cleared away really quick. This Michael Bennett thing is an ongoing thing, and if you don't take control of it, it could blow up into something huge. So my problem with Michael Bennett is he needs to get his shit together and get it together quick, or else you got to trade this guy, because if we're going for back-to-back titles, you cannot have a guy like this on your team because it'll ruin everything. All right, it's a completely different thing with Bradham because his thing, it wasn't an ongoing thing. You know, it started with Michael Bennett lying about the police in Las Vegas. It goes on. He's calling people. I think he consistently calls people racist. Like I don't think this guy is worth the distraction. I just really don't. But you know what? I've been wrong before, so we'll see what happens. I just don't. I don't know if I want to put up with it because we have a good defensive line as it is. But if he wants to contribute to another title, back-to-back title, he's got to get his fucking act together. He has to, because there's a reason why Seattle gave up only took a 5th-round pick for the guy. He's Asian, and he's a troublemaker. You know. I think that's Speed. What's up, Speed? Tight end or running back a bigger need? I mean, they're not huge needs because we have Ertz. Actually, tight end. Tight end's a bigger need because all we really have is Ertz now. We got rid of Selleck and Burton signed with Chicago. I forgot that Burton signed with Chicago, actually. So I would go with tight end. At this point, I would select the tight end because we need that two tight end set because it distracts everyone on the field. So I would go with tight end. I really would. I don't think running back's that big of a need unless we went up to go get Saquon Barkley, which I wanted, but I just don't. I guess I don't see that happening. But the guy from Georgia, Sonny Mitchell, I would actually look into as well. Everyone likes the kid from the Penn State guy, the tight end from Penn State, Gillespie, I think his name is. Yeah, he has some pretty good stats, but I'm really wary when it comes to players on Penn State besides Saquon Barkley, obviously, because they don't really turn out to be anything special or they become injury prone. You know, the last time a great Penn State player came out of that school was Sean Lee, and he's never on the field. So I don't know. I know it's kind of like a myth, but at the same time, I just don't. Yeah, I'm kind of worried about Penn State people. Do you think we should sign Marquette King? Why not? The guy punts the ball on average like 70 yards, so yeah, why not? We just got rid of our punter. Well, actually, no, he retired, but. Which rookie from last year's draft class will make the biggest year 2 jump? Let me think. Biggest year 2 jump. Can I stay on my own team? Because obviously our featured back right now is Ajayi, and then you have Corey Clement right by him. So I'm going to go, since I think Ajayi has potential to get injured because his knee is pretty much bone on bone, I'm going to say Corey Clement because I think Corey Clement, if we don't get a running back in this draft, is going to take most of the workload. I think he has the potential to really get up there with the greats of the league. I do. And I know it's a little bit biased, but, you know, if someone like him that had a lot of skill last year and a lot of production, I think he could do great things in this league. So yeah, I'm gonna stick with my own team. I'm gonna go Corey Clement. Jake Thoden says, if the Giants draft Barkley, will he be your least favorite player ever since he played for your least? Okay. All right. If he's on the New York Giants, yes, I will hate Saquon Barkley. But everyone knows I'm a huge Rutgers fan. Everyone knows this. Everyone knows I'm a huge Rutgers fan. And him decommitting from Rutgers really fucking hurt. I'm not going to lie. Because I thought we were going to get another great running back right after Ray Rice. And when he decommitted, it really hurt me. If he went to the Giants, yeah, I'd hate the guy. I really would. I'm not going to lie. Let's see what this is. I got a soccer question on here. Jack Sir Exner. Do you like a Premier League team? If I had to pick one, I'd pick Man City. But my team is in the Serie A, and that's Juventus. So I can't do that. All right, Illuminati all over your body says, let's trade Bennett, man. We need a tight end. Ertz put in work last year. It's not worth him getting injured. I agree. I mean, we really don't have depth at the tight end position. We don't. I don't think Selleck's – did Selleck sign with Detroit? Selleck signed with a different team. He's not a free agent. I've been so busy, I've been forgetting. But Selleck's not available. So if he came back for less, that's not an option. And Burton's gone. So we need to get a tight end. Eagle Speed said, "Are the Yankees winning the World Series?" Yeah, honestly, I don't know why. I don't know why the season's going on, because it is literally already over. You know, if you pay attention to baseball, and I'm not trying to talk shit here, if you pay attention to baseball, yesterday you would have saw that the Yankees didn't have production from Aaron Judge, Gary Sanchez, or Giancarlo Stanton. And they still won 4-1. Now, if all those people are clicking and our pitching is dominant, the Yankees are going to win like 125 games this year. It's over. It's done. I don't even want to talk about it because it's useless. Okay, so better shot at making the – that's a good question. Better shot at making the playoffs, Phillies or Mets? You know what? I had the Phillies going to the playoffs this year. I did. But then I realized how bad their manager is after one game. Like, I'm not even joking. I'm not trying to troll here, but their manager's bad. Like, you pull Aaron Nola after. I know Aaron Nola had a 4-inning start in spring training, like the week before he's supposed to pitch an opening day. But you don't pull the guy with a shutout on the road with 66 pitches and go to your bullpen just because – your bullpen, you want to get credit for putting it together and making it work. Well, you're going to get the credit for seeing how big of a disaster it was. So Gabe Kapler is definitely the donkey of the week, as the Breakfast Club would say. Shout out. Yeah, he's maybe he could fix his shit. I just don't know. But Gabe Kapler, to me, is not a very good manager right now. But to answer your question, I would have to go to the New York Mets because of their pitching. And the fact that they got Jay Bruce back definitely helps. Okay. Let's move on. I'm going to talk about some hockey because the Philadelphia Flyers are on the verge of entering the Stanley Cup playoffs, and a big thing that I want to address is their goalie situation. They have not had a consistent, solid goalie for the last 20 fucking years, all right? They just got Peter Mrazek from the Detroit Red Wings, all right? He's been off and on. Now, he has been pretty decent lately. That game in Colorado was all him. I understand that. But before that, he was giving up, on average, 3 goals a game. Now, I would love to see Peter Mrazek be our horse, be the guy that takes over everything on our team. But he has to be dominant from here on out. He can have no more mistakes. And do I think he could do it with our defense? I don't know. I really don't know. And it's worrisome because I really want to see out of any Philly team that I want to see win the championship next, it's the Flyers. But the thing is, they can never get the goalie right. Like, they have the other pieces. They have the captain. I'm not a huge fan of Giroux, but they have Giroux. They have Nolan Patrick now. They have pieces like fucking what's his name? Gostisbehere, Couturier, Voracek. They have all these pieces, but if you don't have a defense, if you don't have a goalie, none of it matters because in the playoffs, these teams are fucking good. So it's, I went all the way up to Pittsburgh last week, and I saw a really good game up there. It sucks not coming away with the win, but I saw a really good game up there. We lost 5-4. And, that's going to happen every single fucking game. Like, I went like 2 weeks ago in a snowstorm to Philadelphia to watch the Penguins play the Flyers, and they destroyed us. When you play a team like the Pittsburgh Penguins in a best-of-7 series and you don't have a defense, you don't have a consistent goalie, you're going to lose and probably get fucking swept. And that's the problem with this team. Because in the first round right now, as it is, the Philadelphia Flyers are matching up against the Tampa Bay Lightning. The Tampa Bay Lightning right now would sweep us. I'm not even going to lie. They would sweep us. Because the Tampa Bay Lightning are balanced. They have former New York Rangers who helped bring a team to a Stanley Cup final. They have a good goalie. They have good defense. And they have a very good home ice advantage. That's troublesome. So it depends what kind of Flyers team we see. It depends what kind of Flyers team we see going into the playoffs. If we get hot at the right time like we did in 2010, anything's possible. I understand that. But you have to play like the Philadelphia Flyers of February, not the Philadelphia Flyers of March. Because the Philadelphia Flyers of March would get swept 10 out of 10 times. And that's the problem. Is this another episode of what Philly team are we going to get and then we get bounced early in the playoffs and have to wait another fucking year to win? Or are we going to get a team that are like the Philadelphia Eagles who shock everyone, not me, who shock everyone and win their first championship in franchise history? It would be the third cup for the Philadelphia Flyers. Which team are we going to see, and what kind of luck are we going to get when it comes to Philly sports besides the Philadelphia Eagles? This is exactly what I want to see, and I'm ready for it. I'm ready to see the Sixers and Flyers in the playoffs and see how they play because this isn't just for this year. This is for down the road. This is for the future, and I'm very excited. But let me tell you, if the Flyers get fucking swept this year in the first round or lose or down 3-0, like they were against the Capitals 2 years ago where everyone threw their wristbands on the ice, I don't know. Maybe it would be a coaching problem. Maybe it'd be a defense problem. I just don't know. But we'll see. It's gonna begin in 2 weeks. So I'm very excited. I am. Flyers. The Flyers are probably my second favorite team to watch. They really are. I love hockey. If you guys criticize hockey and you have never been to a game, go to a game. It's probably the best live experience you'll get. Like it really is out of any sport, honestly. I agree. Fuck the Penguins, Owen. Fuck them. Oh, they swept us in the season series. Yeah, I deal with this shit every single year. But that's a life being a Philly fan. All right, next topic. I'm going to go – oh, wait. All right, Eagle Speed said, what week should Wentz come back? I don't think he should come back till week 5. Now, I'm going to explain it. Good question. I'm going to explain why. All right? First of all, the injury he had and suffered, MCL and ACL combined. You don't rush back an injury like that. I don't care how look you good passing on your knee. I don't care how good you look passing in general with no pressure, not running away from pressure. I don't care how good you look in a practice bubble when you're not getting pressured. I don't give a fuck. This guy is our franchise. This guy is a dynamic player in the league. You do not rush an injury like that back, especially when we have a Super Bowl champion backup that's ready to take the helm. If he ever fucking goes down again, you start Foles week 1, you start him week 2, you start him week 3, you start him week 4, and you start him week 5. And guess what? All right? If we happen to be 5-0, I know this is going to hurt a lot of people's feelings. If we happen to be 5-0, you start Nick Foles. You do. Now, if we're 3-2, 2-3, you go back to Wentz. You do. But if Nick Foles is undefeated, you start him. That wouldn't be a fluke. A lot of people saying that the playoffs were a fluke for Nick Foles. Nick Foles is the reason why we're Super Bowl champions. The guy dominated the New England Patriots. Just because the defense had one strip sack at the end of the game to help win the game, that was Nick Foles' game. He dominated against the Minnesota Vikings, dominated against the New England Patriots. And what did I always preach to you guys? Winners find a way to win. Nick Foles, his time as a Philadelphia, he was always put in a winning situation, and he always came out on top. And I'll give you another example. The New Orleans Saints, when we lost them in the playoffs, I'll bring this up again. He wasn't the reason why we lost. He left the field with a lead. He came out a winner. Well, he didn't come out a winner, but he came out a clutch QB because he passed that ball perfectly to Ertz in the end zone. And if it weren't for Kerry Williams making that dumbass penalty at the end of the game, who knows if we wouldn't have won that game too. The guy is a winner. And on these teams, you have to have a winner with a winning attitude to win football games. Now, I'm not saying that's not Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz, up until he got injured, was the MVP. He was. All right? But do I think we would have won the Super Bowl with Carson Wentz? No. I do not think we would have won the Super Bowl with Carson Wentz. He's a rookie. Well, not a rookie. Sophomore. I'll call him a sophomore. Second-year quarterback. He was playing out of his mind. But teams like the Minnesota Vikings, teams like the Atlanta Falcons, teams like the New England Patriots would have adjusted to the way Carson Wentz played, just like the Seattle Seahawks did, week 13. And the Seattle Seahawks took Carson Wentz's game away pretty well. They did. And it showed a lot of flaws in his system. His play style. It really did. Now, I wasn't blinded by the fact that Carson Wentz had a great year. Carson Wentz had a phenomenal year. He really did. But in my honest opinion, Carson Wentz, I really hate saying this. I hate saying this about our franchise QB. I really do. I don't think his career is going to be that long. I don't. And that's what worries me. That's why I don't really want to trade Nick Foles, because I do not think this guy's career is going to be long. He's too reckless with the ball. He's too reckless with his playing style. He's too reckless with everything. I'm not going to say he's reckless with the ball because he throws some pretty nice dimes, but his playing style is so reckless that one more injury and he's done forever. Ever. You know, the ACL and MCL, it's bad. And I feared it. I really did. I feared it, but when it happened, I actually wasn't concerned. You can ask my friend who was sitting right next to me when I was watching the game with him. I wasn't concerned because I knew Nick Foles was a winner. And I knew if our team played the way they did in the weeks prior, I knew we wouldn't have a problem. Now, did Nick Foles play did he play the way I thought he would against the Raiders and against the Cowboys? No, he played horrible. But the thing is, it didn't matter in those games. The only thing that mattered in those games were that we got the home field advantage throughout the playoffs and got a number one seed. But when it became playoff time, he turned it on. He looked mediocre the first half against Atlanta, and then he never looked back. He went to the second half, balled out of control. I don't know what the fuck Doug Peterson told him. Balled out of control, beat the Falcons, killed the Minnesota Vikings, dominated the New England Patriots, and that's all she wrote, Super Bowl champion. So when it comes to Carson Wentz, I like Carson Wentz. I really do. I really, really, really like Carson Wentz. But I'm scared. I'm scared as an Eagles fan because I want more of these Super Bowls. And the way the guy plays, it's just too reckless for me. It really is. So he's got to change his playing style around. And hopefully he finds his game in a different way than the way he played it last year. Because every single time he got hit, people around the stadium, not just me, cringed. So we'll see what happens. All right, Jack Zurichsner said, would you rather play the Vikings or Cowboys week 1? It doesn't matter who I'd like to play. They already got an opponent. They got the Vikings. And I think that the Minnesota Vikings are the perfect opponent because I'm actually going with my boy, the Zomster, on Twitter. Go follow him. I'm going with them, and the last time I was at the link, they played the Vikings, and we completely destroyed them. So that'll be a great reunion. The trophy presentation will be beautiful. I'll probably tear up again, and I wouldn't miss it. I wouldn't have a different opponent, to be honest with you, because these Minnesota Vikings fans are so salty, and it just makes sense. It does. It made sense ever since the season ended, to be honest with you. So, I just next season is gonna be crazy. The off season's going by so quick because we don't have to look forward to the draft. We don't have to look forward to anything. Being an Eagles fan has been easy for the first time in like a long time. A long time. Shit. But yeah, I just don't. To answer your question, Speed. Yeah, week 5. I think he should come back week 5. I think he should take his time with his rehab. I think he should take his time getting better on the field. I think he should practice. I just think that he should look at what Nick Foles did, and he should take example of what he did and duplicate it and put it into his game, and just be great. Because I know Carson Wentz can be great. Was I a little bit pissed off at the guy? Absolutely. I mean, me playing the sport back in 2010, that was my last season playing the sport. The way the guy just recklessly runs into linebackers. Now, I know the injury didn't come when he hit the linebackers. I think it was a non-contact injury. But I don't care. All right? If you're the franchise QB, you do not run head first into 2 linebackers. You just don't do it. And he did it all year. And at first I thought that's what caused the injury. And I was extremely pissed off at him. Extremely. Because I'm not one of these fans that's like, oh my God, get better, Carson, blah, 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 blah. No, fuck that. Dude, if you're on the way to winning the first title ever, the first championship ever, all right? You do not risk your body like that. You are the motherfucking franchise. And hopefully he learns from this. I don't care who dislikes this. I don't care about any of this. All right? I care about the Philadelphia Eagles, the wings on the helmet. I don't care about the players' names on the back. I waited my whole fucking life to see a championship. And when that guy ran head first into those linebackers and limped off the field, I was like, you have got to be fucking kidding me. And that's what made me appreciate the Nick Foles story even more, because I was very happy when Nick Foles won the championship. Because guess what? If Carson Wentz would have won the championship this year, I would have been just as happy. All right? But Carson Wentz fucking pissed me off. He pissed me off. He was a dumb football player on that play. Dumb. I know the knee injury came before he made contact, but it doesn't matter. You do not run head first in the 2 guys that are 2 times bigger than you. That's stupid. That's dumb. You don't do that. You saw Jay Ajayi on the sideline. He was like, he's got to stop doing that because you can get killed. Like these idiots on Twitter, they just don't understand the game because they're blind because they love Carson Wentz so much. I love Carson Wentz too. He's a great football player, but he's stupid when it comes to playing like that. You're in the NFL. You're not in D1 AA or wherever the fuck you came from. You're not. You're in the NFL where these guys are built like Mack trucks. You cannot play like that. You can't do it. So, yes, he needs to learn from Foles. He needs to learn from other QBs in the league how to play the game the right way without risking injury. So, yes, it pissed me off a little bit. I'm over it. I just hope he comes back from injury, and hopefully he never plays like that again. Because if he does, he will get injured and shorten his career. That's how it is. And if you don't like it, tough. All right. Speed said he needs to be a pocket passer, which I know he can do. So basically what you're saying is you want him to turn into Donovan McNabb. This is a good thing. You want him to turn into Donovan McNabb, where he basically limits his running. I agree with that. All right. I think he's a very good pocket passer. I think at times he has trouble throwing down the field, like long darts, but I think when he needs to run away from pressure, not when he needs to fucking make a play and like run into two linebackers in the end zone. Like, if you see a throw, all right, if you see a throw in the end zone, make it, all right. But if you see an opening and there's two big ass motherfuckers waiting for you in the end zone, you don't try to be Superman. You don't. You either run out of bounds, you go as far as you can, and then when you see contact coming, you either slide or you run out of bounds. You do not make contact with them. That's stupid. That's dumb. But I agree with you, Speed. I think he could be a pocket passer. He just needs to work on his downfield throw. And I think he can do that. I think that's what he needs to work on. Because he needs to change his playing style or he's going to be done. You know? Okay. Any more questions? I had my little rant today. Didn't really want to have it, but I had to because people love. I mean, I understand the love for Carson Wentz. He's a great player, but I really didn't bring this out of me until now because watching that fucking hurt me. Like it didn't really like it didn't hurt me like seeing Carson Wentz go down. It hurt me because I was like, here we go again, another year without a championship where we could have had one. That's what pissed me off. And then I saw Nick Foles ball out, and it didn't even matter. So, you know, it is what it is. All right, Eagle Speed, you asked thoughts on our CBs. I mean, we let go of Patrick Robinson. Sidney Jones is coming back. I still don't know what he's all about. You know, Jalen Mills, he's okay. It's not – I would say right now our cornerback position is overall average. But I think our defensive pressure up front doesn't really make it a big deal because when you're pressuring the QB, they have less time to throw, obviously, unless you're Aaron Rodgers. He throws like 1 second after he gets the ball. But, yeah, I don't think our cornerback position is that bad. I think it's just average. Tiny Tim said, Burger King's and McDonald's. I don't eat either. I dropped that stuff 5 months ago. I took up boxing, you know. I'm actually trying to become an amateur fighter. So boxing's been big for me. I don't eat fast food. I just don't. Is there an opportunity? I don't know what that means. LT Meters Jr. said, is there an opportunity to super chat? Keep doing what you're doing. I don't know. But thank you for the compliment. I appreciate it. Man. When I used to eat fast food, I'd probably say Burger King, though. Who is your mate? Who is my? I am Drill. I think it's Drill. Yeah, I am Drill. That said, what is your most hated team in the NFC East? I hate the Giants. I can't stand the Giants. Can't stand their fans. Can't stand their franchise. I think they're a bunch of scumbags. My Giants. You should open a super chat so people can donate money. I'm not about that. I'm not about making money on here. I do this because of you guys. I do this because of me. I like having fun. I just don't. I monetize my stuff anyway, so I make a decent amount of money. But I'm not asking you guys for money. I don't care. I don't care about that. I like doing this as a hobby. I'm not like someone that likes to beg people for money. I'm just not like that. Oh, and big announcement. This year, I'm not making weekly videos. I retired from that. But this year, I'll be checking in more than I actually thought I would, because I feel like there will be times where I need to address some things, especially because I've gotten my life together. I think there will be times where I need to address things in Philly sports. So I'll be making videos frequently, but when it comes to the weekly videos, I'm just done with those because it's just I went out on top when it comes to making weekly videos. I just don't. And plus, I barely have any time. I like to make my videos crisped and edited, and I don't have time for that. So weekly videos are done, but I will be checking it frequently. Diehard fan, I fuck with your channel. Don't end your channel. I'm not on my channel. Alex Smith or Dak Prescott this year? Unbiased opinion. Zeke's playing the whole year. I know you're not going to like this. I'm going to say Dak Prescott. I think the situation in Washington's just fucked up. I think Dak Prescott performs better with Zeke. And I just, I don't. Tell you the truth, I don't really care because both those QBs don't scare me, even though Alex Smith's beat us the last 3 times. But it's whatever. Do I think we will win Super Bowl 53? Yes, I do. I don't think there's a team out there that could beat us besides New England. But like I said, it's a 50-50 game. So they could beat us next time. And would I be unhappy? Yeah, I'd be unhappy. But at the same time, it'd be like the year before we beat them. So it's a 50-50 game when you're playing someone like New England in the Super Bowl. But whatever. Alex Smith is a big upgrade over Kirk. To be honest with you, I disagree. I think Kirk Cousins was a really good QB. I think that he was a really tremendous QB, but his asking price was a little too much. So I think that's why the Redskins just cut the cord. Is the Redskins Stadium really bad, or were you just saying that? The Redskins Stadium inside isn't bad. Outside, I'm not a fan. The parking is very far away from the stadium. You're gonna have to. It's like a hike unless you pay like extra to get up to the front. But for like the general parking, it's like a hike to the stadium. There's a ton of traffic getting out of it, and there's a ton of killer bees outside. It's just crazy. But other than that, the fans are assholes. But that's expected at every stadium. But the stadium itself isn't terrible. When do you think Belichick and Brady could finally retire? I can't stand those motherfuckers. Listen, I hope they never retire, and I hope we beat them 5 more times. That's just what I hope. But eventually, yes, they will retire. I think Belichick's going to retire when Brady retires. I don't think Belichick's going to go along with another QB. I don't see it. Because teaching new QBs how to throw, teaching new QBs your system is tough, and he had a QB. He had Garoppolo, but they gave him up, so that starts over everything. I just don't think he has time for that, so I think he's going to retire when Brady retires. Will the Rams be good? Yes, they'll be extremely good. I just think we'll be a little bit better because we have the experience now. So I think we have the better QBs. I think that we have the better defensive line still. Their cornerback position is a little bit better. Our wide receiving threat is still better, although they have Robert Woods. But I still think our receiving situation is a little bit better. Their running back position is better. But it really depends on who gets home field. So that's where I'll leave that. You live in Philly and you're a diehard Skins fan. Hey, it's whatever you like, man. I don't judge people by that. Rams will be better, but not Super Bowl contention, in my opinion. I think they'll be in Super Bowl contention. I have to disagree with that. They had a lot of decent pickups, And, golf's only going to get better. So, yeah, I think they'll be a Super Bowl contender. All right, guys. Short podcast today. I have to get out of here. I'm actually going to Philly to watch the Final Four today with my boys. So I'm going to go to Xfinity Live. If you guys are there, you'll probably see me. I'll probably be riding the bull like a fucking idiot. So I'll answer that question before I leave. What is my lifetime record at Eagles games? Been to a lot of them. I'll just say this. I'm definitely 10 games over 500. I rarely see losses. Last year I was undefeated. So that puts me way above 500. So that's that. All right. Peace, guys. I'm out.